Imagine for a moment that everything you have believed about your existence is merely a reflection of a greater, deeper, more powerful truth. Imagine that within you lies a spark of the infinite, a direct bridge to the supreme source of all creation. Throughout history, sages, enlightened beings, and great masters have spoken of a hidden knowledge, an immense power that resides within every human being, the I Am. It is not just a simple affirmation, nor an abstract philosophical concept. It is the master key, the connection between your purest essence and the universal mind, that vast ocean of creative energy that shapes the very destiny of the universe. What if I told you that you have the power to transform your reality, that within you dwells the same force that shapes the stars, governs the cycles of life, and upholds the harmony of the cosmos? This text is not just a collection of words, it is a revelation, a journey toward the awakening of your consciousness, an invitation to reclaim the power that has always been yours. Prepare yourself for a journey that will challenge your limits, shatter the barriers of your mind, and show you that you are more than you ever imagined. Because the I Am is not just an idea, it is the eternal truth that awaits you. The I Am and the universal mind. Introduction. The concept of I Am is one of the most relevant topics in New Thought. It is also, of course, part of esoteric traditions, numerology, and other forms of thought characteristic of the 20th and 21st centuries in general. These philosophies reveal the immense power that resides within our consciousness. In broad terms, I Am addresses the affirmation of the identity within us. This idea may seem very general, but we will explore it further. To say, I am, with conviction, is to activate a power that directly influences reality. Since ancient times, spiritual philosophy has spoken of the unity between human beings and the universe. The universal mind is the intelligent principle that sustains creation, an infinite field of energy and consciousness of which we are all a part. The idea that our individual mind is connected to this higher intelligence theoretically gives us the ability to shape reality through thought. However, we must be convinced that we are more than just a physical body. Once we achieve this understanding, we begin to recognize that we are pure consciousness with unlimited capacity, ready to open the door to a life in which the manifestation of desires aligns with universal laws. Therefore, the declaration, I am, is not just a simple affirmation, it is a key to accessing a higher level of existence. At this level, we cease to be victims of circumstances and become creators of our reality. Thought is the most powerful force we possess. It acts as a mold for the reality we see and experience daily. What we think and feel repeatedly becomes an external element of our existence. For this reason, we must see words as the essential steps that can either lead us to freedom or trap us in the worst of prisons. Since ancient times, sages have taught that, as a man thinks, so is he. This means that our reality is nothing more than a veiled reflection of our subconscious, which operates based on the affirmations we place in it. Affirmations that, in most cases, we store as absolute truths. When we repeatedly say negative phrases like, I can't, I don't deserve it, or it's too difficult, we are programming our minds to create barriers along our path. Conversely, when we affirm with certainty, I am successful, I am perfect, I am prosperous, or I am in perfect health, we are reprogramming our consciousness to manifest those realities. What do we mean by manifestation? In general terms, manifestation is the process of turning thoughts, emotions, and beliefs into tangible realities through intention and energetic vibration. It is based on the idea that the mind influences the external world and that by aligning ourselves with what we desire, we can attract it into our lives. Science also supports this concept. Quantum physics has demonstrated that the observer influences the observed reality. That is, our perception and beliefs directly affect the results we obtain. Similarly, studies on neuroplasticity have shown that the brain can reorganize itself based on the thoughts and emotions we frequently cultivate. Our mind is not static, rather it has the ability to transform according to the signals sent to our consciousness. In this sense, the repetition of affirmations and visualization are essential tools for reprogramming ourselves and creating the life we desire. Every word we speak carries a specific vibration, and when we repeat powerful affirmations with conviction, we send instructions to our subconscious. This explains why people who constantly say to themselves, "I am unlucky," or "things never work out for me," end up attracting more negative experiences, while those who declare, "I am abundant," or "I am blessed," see positive changes in their lives. The first step to transforming our reality is learning to master our words and thoughts. The key lies in making this a daily habit so that our affirmations become a natural reflection of our mindset and vibration. This text is a practical guide for those who wish to apply the power of I am and the connection with the universal mind in their daily lives. It is not merely a theory or a set of abstract ideas, but a collection of simple tools that anyone can use. Each chapter is designed to offer not only information, but also practical exercises that can be incorporated into daily routines. Throughout this text, you will learn how universal laws governing reality manifestation work, how to change your internal dialogue to attract positive experiences, techniques for reprogramming the subconscious and overcoming mental blocks, the power of visualization and affirmations to create the life you desire. The knowledge presented here has been used for centuries by mystics, philosophers, and spiritual teachers. However, it is also supported by modern discoveries in neuroscience and quantum physics. Figures such as Neville Goddard, Connie Mendez, Wayne Dyer, and Louise Hay have taught that consciousness is the driving force of creation, and that by embracing our inner divinity, we can manifest the life we desire. If you are willing to open your mind and apply these principles in your life, you will discover that there is a power waiting to be awakened. The intention behind this work is to help the reader understand that there are no limits when one aligns with the creative energy that dwells within us all. Chapter 1. Understanding I Am and the Universal Mind. I Am is the open door that no one can shut. Saint-Germain. Since the beginning of time, humanity has sought the meaning of existence. Within the teachings of New Thought, the expression I Am is one of the most powerful concepts. It is not merely a set of words, but an affirmation of our true nature, divine consciousness in action. When we say I am, we are making a statement of identity. We are not referring only to the ego or the limitations imposed by the material world, but to the divine spark within us. It is the affirmation that we are creators of our reality because everything that follows I am becomes truth. The teachings of Connie Mendez, Saint-Germain, and other great New Thought exponents remind us that I am is the key to manifesting harmony with the universal mind. The universal mind is an infinite field of intelligence, energy, and consciousness from which all things emerge. It is the source of all creation and is present within every being, connecting everything that exists on a deep level. In New Thought and metaphysics, it is believed that our mind is an extension of this universal mind, allowing us to influence reality through our thoughts, emotions, and vibration. This declaration not only connects us with the universe, but also frees us from doubt and fear. For example, when we say, "I am perfect health," we are aligning our consciousness with the truth that our body is renewable energy. When we affirm "I am abundance," we are reconfiguring our internal vibration to generate prosperity. Every thought and word we formulate after I am becomes a command that the universal mind receives and materializes. Throughout history, different philosophies and traditions have referred to the power of I am as the highest expression of divinity and consciousness. In the Bible, one of the most transcendent moments occurs in the story of Moses and the burning bush. According to the book of Exodus, Chapter 3, verses 13 and 14, when Moses was in the desert, he was called by a bush that burned without being consumed. At that moment, God entrusted Moses with the mission of freeing the people of Israel from slavery in Egypt. Fearful and doubtful of his ability to fulfill such a great task, Moses asked God for his name so he could tell the people who had sent him. The divine response was profound. This is one of the most significant moments in the Judeo-Christian tradition, as it not only reveals God's name but also carries a meaning of immense power. The phrase "I am that I am" is a declaration of eternity, absolute existence, and infinite power. It is not just a name, but the very essence of being. The teachings of New Thought revisit this ancient wisdom and apply it to everyday life. Connie Mendez, in her books, explained that by declaring "I am," we activate our connection with the divine source. When we do this with conviction, without doubt or fear, we begin to see transformations in our reality. Some of the most practical ways to integrate the I Am principle include daily affirmations, speaking positive statements aloud that reinforce the idea that we are the creators of our reality. For example, I am peace, I am harmony, I am infinite creativity. Creative visualization, imagining that we have already achieved what we desire, seeing it clearly in our minds and feeling it as if it were already real. Rejecting negativity, being conscious of our thoughts and words. Every time a limiting idea arises, transforming it with a positive I am affirmation. Meditation on I am, dedicating a few minutes each day to silently repeating I am and feeling the divine energy flowing through us. When we integrate these practices into our lives, we begin to notice radical changes in our environment. Circumstances no longer control us. Instead, we take charge of our existence with power and determination. By embracing the principle of I am, we stop seeing ourselves as fragile or limited beings and discover that we are creators. Our reality reflects our inner beliefs and affirmations. This shift in perspective grants us the ability to manifest what we desire, regardless of our current situation. Some may think this is too simple or even naive, but the results speak for themselves. Those who have applied these teachings have experienced profound transformations in their lives, healing from illnesses, improved relationships, the attraction of opportunities, and abundance in all forms. If you want to experience the power of I am, start today. Choose an affirmation, repeat it, and observe the changes in your life. Remember that every time you say I am, you are activating a universal principle that can lead you to the realization of your dreams. In the following chapters, we will explore how this power expands into different areas, from prosperity to health, and how we can use it to align our existence. The journey is just beginning, and the power is within you. 1. The connection with the divine. Beyond a personal affirmation of power, I am is a way to reconnect with divinity. Essentially, recognizing our I am means realizing that we have never been separated from the universal source. Every human being is an individual expression of God's infinite consciousness, the universal mind that sustains and gives life to everything that exists. When we say I am, we are affirming our unity with the divine. This is not a religious belief in a dogmatic sense, but a personal experience of our sacred nature. This connection grants us access to higher intelligence, an inner guidance that leads us toward fulfillment and life purpose. Throughout history, great masters have conveyed this message. Jesus Christ taught that the kingdom of God is within you, one of the most powerful affirmations about the connection with the divine. Buddha spoke of awakening consciousness as the recognition of our true nature. Mystics from various traditions have affirmed that God is not outside of us but within, and that I am is the key to accessing that power. By understanding this truth, we stop searching externally for answers that already exist within us. We do not need intermediaries or external factors to experience divinity. By affirming this simple phrase, we acknowledge that the power of creation is within us, that we are extensions of infinite intelligence and have the ability to manifest a life aligned with love, peace, and abundance. 2. How to activate the power of I am. The power of I am requires a combination of practical understanding and alignment with our divine essence. Thus, it is essential to apply certain principles, conscious and consistent affirmations, declaring statements such as I am light, I am love, I am abundance, aligns our consciousness with the universal vibration. The mind responds strongly to images. Imagining in detail the desired state reinforces our connection with I am. We can visualize our success or any personal goal while feeling the emotions of already having achieved it. Meditation. Quieting the mind and deepening our connection by silently repeating I am and feeling the energy of these words can be transformative. It helps dispel mental noise and strengthens our connection with the divine. Reprogramming the subconscious. Since our mental patterns have been formed over years, fully activating I am requires reprogramming our subconscious. One effective way to do this is by listening to positive affirmations before sleeping, when the mind is most receptive. Living as if we already were our highest version. It is not enough to repeat affirmations. We must embody them, trusting fully in our inner power. Gratitude. one of the highest and most powerful emotions. Being grateful for what we desire as if we had already received it strengthens our connection and accelerates manifestation. Being mindful of our thoughts and words, avoiding negative statements and limiting thoughts is essential to staying aligned with the vibration of I am. When we apply these principles with consistency and faith, this power begins to manifest as well-being, harmony, and fulfillment. Every person has the power to transform their reality through this sacred tool. Commitment to this practice will lead us to live in a state of certainty and empowerment. Life ceases to be a series of random events and becomes a conscious manifestation of our intention and universal alignment. By affirming and living from the I am, we become the creators of our existence. Chapter 2. The Universal Mind and the Law of Manifestation. The universe does not respond to what we want, but to what we are. Neville Goddard. What is the universal mind? It is the fundamental thought that, in all human existence, represents the infinite field of consciousness and intelligence from which creation emanates. Everything we see, feel, and experience is a manifestation of this universal mind, which is infinite, omnipresent, and eternally creative. Its nature is unchanging, but its expression is infinite and diverse, giving us the ability to shape our reality according to our thoughts, emotions, and beliefs. This universal intelligence is in constant motion, responding to the vibration of our thoughts and desires. We are creators of our experiences because we are made of the same essence, that is mind itself. Every idea we hold, every feeling we nurture, and every action we take sends a signal to the universal field, attracting experiences that align with our internal vibration. Everything that exists is interconnected within an energy network that responds to our intentions. There is no separation between the individual and the entirety of the universe. We are individual expressions of a supreme intelligence. Understanding the universal mind leads us to comprehend that creation is not a random process, but an organized expression of consciousness. Within it, every element occupies a precise place in a greater design. Nothing happens by chance. Every circumstance and experience is guided by how we interact with this infinite mind. What our consciousness repeatedly stores with emotion becomes imprinted in the fabric of reality and, over time, manifests in physical form. The unity of all creation. The unity of all creation is an essential principle in New Thought. We cannot conceive of ourselves as separate entities from the creative source because, in reality, we are extensions of it. Every particle in the universe is interconnected with all others, forming a network of conscious energy that responds to our thoughts and emotions. This concept has been explored in various philosophical and spiritual traditions throughout history. Today, quantum physics confirms it through the principle of quantum entanglement, where two particles can remain connected despite being separated by vast distances. The unity of creation implies that our actions and thoughts do not only affect our individual reality, but also impact the world around us. The vibration we emit resonates throughout the universe, generating effects that can be either positive or negative, depending on our intention and level of consciousness. For this reason, it is essential to align our energy with thoughts and emotions that reflect harmony, love, and gratitude. These elevated vibrations contribute to overall well-being and attract more positive experiences into our lives. The law of attraction from the perspective of New Thought. The law of attraction is the expression of the universal mind in action. This law states that like attracts like, meaning that whatever we focus our attention and energy on becomes our experience. The universe does not respond to our desires in abstract terms, but to the vibration we emit through our predominant thoughts and actions. If we live in a state of gratitude, trust, and security, we will attract circumstances that reinforce these internal states. Conversely, if we feed fear, doubt, and lack, our reality will reflect these frequencies, perpetuating situations that sustain such feelings. To consciously activate the law of attraction, we must take an active role in directing our attention and emotions. Clarity about what we desire is the first step. Many people believe they know what they want, but in reality their minds are scattered in multiple directions. Defining our intentions precisely allows the universal mind to respond more effectively. Visualization is a key tool in this process. When we imagine our goal as already accomplished in vivid detail and feel the joy of having achieved it, we send a clear and powerful signal to the universe, facilitating its manifestation. Another fundamental element is the use of affirmations. The words we speak have a profound impact on our reality because they program our subconscious mind and align our vibration with the reality we wish to create. Expressions such as "I am abundance," "I am perfect health," and "I am love and harmony" are not just phrases, but decrees that imprint our intention onto the universal mind. Eliminating mental blocks is also crucial. Many times we carry limiting beliefs that prevent us from receiving what we desire. If, deep down, we believe we do not deserve prosperity or happiness, the universal mind will reflect this belief in our experience. Reprogramming the subconscious with new thought patterns allows us to access a fuller and more harmonious life. Finally, gratitude and detachment are essential principles for the law of attraction to work in our favor. Being grateful in advance for what we desire, as if we had already received it, generates a vibration of certainty and confidence that accelerates manifestation. At the same time, detachment means letting go of the need to control how and when the manifestation will occur, trusting that the universal mind orchestrates everything perfectly. When we understand that we are an indivisible part of the universal mind and apply the law of attraction with intention and faith, we discover our true power as co-creators of our reality. There are no limits to what we can manifest, except those we impose on ourselves. Chapter 3. The Power of Thought and the Word. Every word we speak is an affirmation. If we say, "I can't," the universe says, "Your wish is my command." Louise Hay. Thought is the primary energy that shapes our reality. Every idea, belief, and emotion we hold influences what we experience in our daily lives. Words, in turn, are the audible manifestation of these thoughts and act as a channel of creative power in our existence. New Thought teachers have taught for centuries that the combination of thought and word is the fundamental tool for transforming our lives. Rhonda Byrne, in The Secret, explains that our thoughts emit a vibrational frequency that connects with the universal mind, attracting experiences that match that frequency. Therefore, when we focus on positive thoughts and express them in words, we reinforce the creation of what we desire. Similarly, Deepak Chopra, in The 7 Spiritual Laws of Success, states that intention is a powerful force when combined with the spoken word. When we speak with conviction, we activate the law of intention and desire, aligning our energy with the purpose of our soul. Everything that exists in our lives is the result of thoughts planted in our minds. Just as a seed needs light and water to grow, our thoughts require attention, repetition, and emotion to become reality. Many people find themselves trapped in negative thought patterns without realizing that each thought of scarcity or fear is a seed that will eventually bear fruit in their lives. The key is to become aware of what we plant in our minds and ensure that our thoughts align with what we truly wish to experience. The teachings of New Thought emphasize that all external change must begin with an internal shift. When we change our mindset and focus on abundance, success, and well-being, the external world responds by reflecting those same conditions. In this sense, the metaphor of sowing is one of the most powerful. If we plant thoughts of love and gratitude, we will harvest experiences that reflect those same vibrations. How affirmations shape your world. Affirmations are one of the most effective tools for directing the energy of thought and words toward the conscious creation of our reality. Gabrielle Bernstein, in The Universe Has Your Back, emphasizes that repeating affirmations with faith not only reinforces positive beliefs but also allows us to reprogram our subconscious and change our perception of the world. By adopting language based on affirmations of success, love, and well-being, we align ourselves with the vibration of abundance and fulfillment. The use of affirmations has been documented throughout history as a means to modify mental and emotional patterns. When we repeat affirmations in the present tense with emotion and certainty, we create new neural connections that reinforce these beliefs in our subconscious mind. For example, instead of saying, "I don't want to be in debt," a powerful affirmation would be, "I am on the path to financial freedom." Instead of saying, "I always fail," we can affirm, "Every day I learn and grow in the direction of my success." The key to the success of affirmations lies in their constant repetition and the feeling that accompanies them. It is not enough to say words without emotion. True transformation occurs when we feel affirmations as if they are already a reality. Neuroscience has shown that the brain does not distinguish between a real experience and an intensely imagined one. By repeating affirmations with emotion, we program our subconscious to accept those thoughts as truths, leading us to act and make decisions that reinforce those beliefs. One of the most recommended techniques to enhance the effect of affirmations is writing them down and placing them in visible locations, such as the bathroom mirror, the phone screen, or a gratitude journal. By reading them constantly, our brain becomes accustomed to their message and begins to integrate them into our belief system. It is also useful to combine them with visualization, where we vividly imagine the manifestation of the affirmation in our daily lives. The vibration of words. The vibration of words is an essential element in this process. Every word we speak has a specific frequency and generates an impact on our mind and the energetic field around us. Studies in quantum physics have demonstrated that words can affect the molecular structure of water and our own bodies. Therefore, speaking with love and gratitude not only raises our personal vibration, but also harmonizes our environment. Dr. Masaru Emoto conducted experiments showing how words can change the molecular structure of water. When water samples were exposed to words like love and gratitude, beautiful and symmetrical crystals formed. In contrast, when water was exposed to negative words like hate or fear, the crystals took on chaotic and disordered shapes. Since our bodies are composed of a high percentage of water, the words we speak have a direct impact on our health and well-being. The language we use daily influences our reality more than we imagine. When we use positive words, we strengthen our immune system and promote a higher mental state. Conversely, negative language immerses us in low-vibration emotions, affecting our energy and our ability to attract what we truly desire. Practical strategies to harness the power of thought and words. To effectively use the power of thought and words, it is essential to apply practical strategies in everyday life. Imagine that every word you speak is like a check you sign and give to the universe. If you say, "I am successful and prosperous," it is as if you deposited that affirmation in a cosmic bank account. On the other hand, if you say, "I never have any luck," you are withdrawing from that same account. Choose your words consciously. If, for example, you have a job interview, instead of saying, "I hope it goes well, but I don't think it will," affirm with certainty, "I am prepared, and I will give my best." This way, you send a message of confidence to the universe and yourself. Practice verbal gratitude. Before going to sleep, do a gratitude exercise out loud. Thank you for the opportunity to learn today. Thank you for my well-being. Thank you for the people around me. This reinforces an abundance mindset. Repeat affirmations daily. An effective example is writing on a piece of paper, "Every day I am getting closer to my goals," and repeating it in the morning in front of the mirror. Over time, you will notice how this practice strengthens your internal conviction. Speak with intention and clarity. When talking to others, instead of saying, "I'm trying to be more positive," try, "I am practicing positive thoughts, and I improve every day." The confidence in your expression shapes your reality. Listen to your inner dialogue. If you notice yourself thinking, "This is too hard for me," change your internal narrative to, "I have the ability to learn and improve." This gradual shift in self-perception transforms how you approach challenges. The power of thought and words is a universal principle that grants us the ability to consciously design our lives. When we learn to use this power with responsibility and alignment with the universal mind, we become active creators of our destiny. The key is to remember that every thought is a seed, and every word is the water that nourishes it. By cultivating elevated thoughts and speaking with love and certainty, we harvest a life of fulfillment and harmony with the universe. Chapter 4. The Subconscious Mind, Your Secret Ally. Within you lies a powerful and silent force that constantly works to turn into reality what you think and feel the most. Joseph Murphy. How the subconscious works. The subconscious mind is the hidden engine that drives our lives. Although we are not fully aware of its activity, it directs most of our actions, habits, and reactions. From the moment we are born, our subconscious stores information, beliefs, and experiences that shape our perception of the world. It is like a vast library where every thought and emotion leave their imprint, influencing how we interpret reality and respond to circumstances. Throughout history, philosophers, scientists, and mystics have studied the power of the subconscious. Joseph Murphy, in The Power of the Subconscious Mind, argues that everything we introduce into our mind through repetition and emotion eventually manifests in our lives. In other words, our predominant thoughts become our daily experience. Based on this principle, we understand that if we want to transform our reality, we must begin by reprogramming our subconscious mind. Our conscious mind represents only a small part of our mental activity, while the subconscious operates continuously, without rest. It functions like an autopilot, helping us perform tasks effortlessly, from walking to driving a car, without needing to think about every movement. However, its influence goes far beyond these basic functions. It also dictates our emotions, beliefs, and behavioral patterns. The subconscious does not judge or discriminate between positive and negative. It simply accepts as truth whatever is repeated with enough conviction. This is why it is crucial to feed our mind with thoughts that reinforce confidence, abundance, and well-being. When a person repeatedly tells themselves, "I am clumsy" or "I never have luck," the subconscious takes these affirmations as commands and works to make them a reality through daily experiences. Conversely, if someone gets used to affirmations like "I always find solutions" or "I am constantly growing," their subconscious will begin to reflect those ideas in their life. The influence of the subconscious on success and failure. The subconscious is responsible for ensuring that our deepest beliefs become reality. A person who in childhood repeatedly heard that money is hard to earn will likely carry that belief into adulthood without even realizing it. As a result, even if they consciously want to attract prosperity, their subconscious will continue generating internal resistance, blocking any possibility of financial success. Similarly, someone who has internalized the belief that they are not good enough may unconsciously sabotage their own growth opportunities. The important thing here is that, although the subconscious operates in the background, we can reprogram it. Rhonda Byrne, in The Secret, explains that the subconscious mind responds to repetition and emotion. This means that if we start feeding it new, positive beliefs, they will eventually replace old, limiting programs. In other words, if we affirm with conviction, "I am worthy of abundance and success," and truly feel that affirmation as real, our subconscious mind will begin to reflect it in our reality. The subconscious mind not only influences our perception of money, but also our relationships, health, and emotional well-being. People who grow up in an environment full of love and trust tend to develop an optimistic view of the world, which allows them to attract positive experiences. On the other hand, those who have lived in environments of fear or scarcity tend to unconsciously repeat those patterns. The key to changing these patterns lies in identifying limiting beliefs and replacing them with new ways of thinking that reinforce our well-being. A case study: the subconscious in elite athletes. An interesting example of subconscious influence is seen in elite athletes. Many coaches have discovered that athletes who practice visualization and autosuggestion significantly improve their performance. Michael Jordan, for example, used to visualize himself making every shot before actually taking it on the court. In this way, he programmed his subconscious to accept the image of success before executing it physically. This demonstrates that when our mind is convinced of something, our body and actions align to make it a reality. Techniques to reprogram your mind. There are several techniques to reprogram the subconscious mind and align its patterns with our goals and desires. Positive affirmations are a powerful tool for sending clear messages to the subconscious. Joseph Murphy states that the best time to practice affirmations is before sleep, when the mind is most receptive. Repeating phrases like, "Every day I get closer to my success," or "I am a valuable and capable person," can generate profound changes over time. Creative visualization is another essential practice. Imagining in detail what we desire helps imprint new mental images in the subconscious that reinforce our goals. Deepak Chopra, in The 7 Spiritual Laws of Success, mentions that visualization allows us to resonate with the field of infinite possibilities. This technique is widely used by elite athletes, entrepreneurs, and artists to reinforce their objectives and enhance their performance. Meditation and relaxation are powerful tools as well. The subconscious mind absorbs information more easily in states of deep relaxation. Guided meditation with affirmations can accelerate the reprogramming process. Self-observation and replacing negative thoughts play a crucial role in this process. Gabrielle Bernstein in The Universe Has Your Back proposes the perception shift technique, where every negative thought is immediately replaced by a positive and empowering one. Emotions as a key factor. The subconscious does not respond merely to repeated words, it responds to the emotional charge behind them. It is essential to involve intense emotions when practicing any of these techniques. One great example of this is the practice of gratitude. Being grateful for what we already have generates a high vibration that strengthens our connection with abundance. The subconscious also responds to habits. By repeating an action or thought consistently, our brain creates new neural connections that reinforce that behavior. If someone has the habit of complaining every morning upon waking, their subconscious will assume that this is the natural way to start the day. However, if they make an effort to replace this habit with a thought of gratitude or a positive affirmation, over time, the subconscious will integrate this new way of thinking and make it automatic. The subconscious mind is undoubtedly our secret ally in shaping our reality. Its influence on our lives is immense, but we also have the power to transform it. By becoming aware of how it works and applying reprogramming techniques, we can direct its vast potential toward manifesting our dreams. With practice, discipline, and confidence, we can turn our subconscious into an active collaborator in creating a fulfilling, abundant, and purposeful life. Chapter 5. Affirmations and Decrees to Transform Your Reality. Affirmations are like seeds planted in the soil of your mind. The more you nurture them with emotion and repetition, the faster they bloom in your life. Louise Hay. Words have power. Every affirmation we speak with conviction shapes our reality, whether consciously or unconsciously. The constant repetition of certain phrases and thoughts in our minds acts as a mold that the universal mind takes to manifest in our daily experience. Affirmations and decrees are not just simple words, they are direct commands to our subconscious and the universe. Wayne Dyer, in The Power of Intention, points out that every word we use influences our energy and the direction of our lives. When we declare affirmations in the present tense, such as I am successful and prosperous, we are not just saying random words, we are sending specific vibrations that attract experiences aligned with that intention. This happens because the subconscious does not distinguish between what is real and what is repeated with emotion and certainty. How to use decrees correctly. Decrees are affirmations with an even greater charge of authority and certainty. Unlike affirmations, which reinforce an idea in our subconscious, decrees are spoken as absolute truths that are already manifesting in our lives. Connie Mendez, in Metaphysics 4-in-1, explains that a decree is an order we give to the universe with the certainty that it will be fulfilled. It is not just a simple phrase, but an energy that materializes into reality. That is why, when using decrees, we must do so with firmness and confidence, eliminating any doubt or internal contradiction. Saying I am infinite abundance is much more powerful than I want to have abundance, because the first statement places our consciousness in a state of immediate manifestation. A powerful example of the application of decrees is found in the story of Muhammad Ali. He constantly repeated, "I am the greatest," before every fight. His conviction in these words not only gave him confidence, but also programmed his subconscious to act with the certainty of a true champion. Ali did not just believe in his words, he lived them in every training session and every step he took. His success was no coincidence, but the result of a mindset perfectly aligned with what he affirmed. For decrees to be effective, it is essential to feel the emotion of truth behind the words. Louise Hay suggests that repeating affirmations in front of a mirror amplifies their impact, since looking into our own eyes while making positive declarations helps change deep-seated beliefs about ourselves. If we decree prosperity but maintain habits of scarcity and fear of money, our energy will not be in coherence with the affirmation. True transformation occurs when the mind, emotion, and action work together. Practical affirmation exercises. Affirmations can be incorporated into daily life in multiple ways. One effective technique is to write them in a journal every morning, reinforcing the beliefs we want to install in our subconscious. Another practice is to repeat them aloud upon waking and before sleeping, times when the mind is most receptive to new programming. Gabrielle Bernstein in The Universe Has Your Back emphasizes the importance of combining affirmations with visualization. Imagining ourselves living the reality we desire enhances manifestation, as the brain does not distinguish between a real experience and an intensely imagined one. Oprah Winfrey has spoken on multiple occasions about how the power of affirmation and gratitude helped her overcome challenges in her career. From a young age, she used phrases like, "I am destined for greatness, and the universe is on my side." By repeating these affirmations with conviction, she transformed her life and attracted opportunities that once seemed unreachable. Her story is a living example of how consistency in the repetition of affirmations can change our perception and consequently our reality. Some powerful affirmations include, "I am worthy of love and abundance. My body is strong, healthy, and full of energy. The universe always conspires in my favor." It is crucial to choose affirmations that resonate with us rather than repeating them mechanically. Eckhart Tolle, in The Power of Now, reminds us that the present moment is the only space where transformation occurs. If we repeat affirmations while feeling anxious about the future, we will block their effectiveness. The key is to affirm them with presence and belief. How to eliminate subconscious blocks. Subconscious blocks are deeply ingrained thought patterns and emotions that prevent us from receiving what we desire. Even if we affirm with conviction, "I am prosperous," if deep down our subconscious holds a belief of lack, learned in childhood, that internal programming will sabotage our manifestation. Wayne Dyer suggests that to release these blocks, we must first identify them by observing our recurring thoughts and automatic reactions to life. If money, love, or health trigger anxiety, it is a sign that there is a limiting belief deeply rooted in the subconscious. A powerful technique to release these blocks is therapeutic writing. Writing down the limiting thoughts that arise when making affirmations helps bring them to light and question their validity. Louise recommends replacing limiting beliefs with opposing statements and repeating them daily, as if reprogramming mental software. Another effective tool is meditation with affirmations. When we enter a state of deep relaxation, our subconscious mind becomes more receptive to new messages. Deepak Chopra, in The 7 Spiritual Laws of Success, explains that meditation allows us to connect with the pure energy of creation, where subconscious blocks can be dissolved and replaced with empowering beliefs. A famous example of how to eliminate subconscious blocks is the case of Henry Ford. Despite failing multiple times before successfully founding the automobile company that made him one of the most influential men of the 20th century, Ford had an unshakable affirmation: "Whether you think you can or think you can't, you're right." This belief helped him overcome obstacles that would have made others give up. By constantly repeating this affirmation, Ford trained his subconscious to eliminate any thoughts of defeat and stay focused on success. Additionally, the practice of gratitude is one of the most effective ways to eliminate internal blocks. When we express gratitude for what we already have, even if it hasn't yet appeared in its physical form, we raise our vibration and allow the energy of abundance to flow without resistance. Esther and Jerry Hicks, in Ask and It Is Given, assert that gratitude not only accelerates the manifestation of desires, but also transforms a scarcity mindset into one of fulfillment. By making gratitude a daily practice, we open our subconscious to receive more of what we truly want. Affirmations and decrees are more than just words. They are the key to unlocking our potential and transforming our reality. When we use them with faith and determination, we become conscious architects of our existence, manifesting the life we truly desire. Applying them with consistency, emotion, and alignment allows us to transcend blocks and connect with the creative force of the universe, always remembering that what we affirm with conviction sooner or later becomes our reality. Chapter 6, I Am and Prosperity. The universe rewards certainty with abundance. Wayne Dyer. Prosperity is much more than money or material possessions. It is a state of consciousness in which we feel fulfilled, abundant, and in harmony with the universal flow. True wealth arises from the connection with I Am, the creative principle that resides within each of us and allows us to attract everything we need. When we understand that our external reality reflects our internal beliefs, we realize that the key to prosperity does not lie in external circumstances, but in the attitude and mindset with which we approach life. A story that illustrates this truth is that of Andrew Carnegie. As a child, he lived in extreme poverty, yet he grew up with the firm conviction that he would one day become immensely wealthy. Not only did he become one of the most prosperous men in history, but his abundance mindset led him to donate most of his fortune to charitable causes. His success was not solely based on his business skills, but on his deep certainty that wealth is a manifestation of thought directed with clarity and purpose. Similarly, J.K. Rowling, before becoming one of the most successful authors in the world, faced extreme poverty. However, she maintained her faith in her talent and the certainty that her story would change her life and the lives of millions. Abundance arrived when her mindset aligned with her purpose. Their journeys remind us that abundance is not something external that we must chase. It is an internal state that we must awaken. Louise Hay in You Can Heal Your Life explains that many people block prosperity because they hold subconscious beliefs of lack and fear of money. If we grew up hearing phrases like, "Money is the root of all evil," or "You have to work hard to earn money," we may unconsciously be rejecting abundance. The key to changing this is to reprogram our minds with affirmations of wealth, such as "I am infinite abundance in action," or "Money flows to me constantly and naturally." When repeated with emotion and conviction, these affirmations transform our relationship with prosperity, breaking limiting beliefs about money. Many people grow up with a conflicted relationship with money, seeing it as a source of problems or something unattainable. However, figures like Oprah Winfrey demonstrate that changing our mindset about wealth can completely transform our lives. Oprah, who was born into poverty and faced great hardships in her childhood, learned to change her perception of money and abundance. Instead of focusing on lack, she concentrated on the possibility of expansion and the power of generosity. Her story shows that when we replace limiting beliefs with thoughts of possibility, prosperity becomes a tangible reality. Deepak Chopra, in The 7 Spiritual Laws of Success, introduces the idea that prosperity is not something we obtain, but something we align with. He suggests that the key to attracting wealth is giving without fear of scarcity. This principle is evident in the lives of great philanthropists like Bill Gates, who has donated billions without fearing the loss of his fortune. His example demonstrates that when we give from a place of abundance, the universe returns what we share multiplied. Limiting beliefs often manifest in habits that reinforce scarcity, such as the fear of spending money or the tendency to postpone investing in ourselves. The average entrepreneur may fear leaving a stable job to start a business, clinging to the security of a fixed salary. However, true wealth is built through confidence in the process. An interesting case is that of Walt Disney, who faced bankruptcy multiple times before creating his entertainment empire. Instead of succumbing to fear, he continued investing in his vision, proving that prosperity does not depend on the amount of money we have at any given moment, but on our conviction and aligned action. Visualization practices to attract wealth. The power of visualization has been used by many successful people to manifest their desires. Jim Carrey is an iconic example. Before achieving fame, he wrote a fictitious check for $10 million to himself for acting services rendered and kept it in his wallet for years. Every time he doubted his career, he would take out the check and remind himself that his success was already assured. Years later, he received exactly that amount for his role in The Mask. This is a testimony to the power of visualization and faith in I Am. An effective visualization exercise involves closing your eyes, taking deep breaths, and seeing yourself living your desired life with as much detail as possible. Feeling the emotion of already having what you want is key for the subconscious to accept it as a possible reality. The practice of a vision board is a tool used by many successful people to visualize their goals. By creating a collage of images representing the life we desire, we reinforce in our minds the possibility of manifesting it. Arnold Schwarzenegger used this technique before becoming a movie star and politician, cutting out images of bodybuilders and Hollywood actors to motivate himself every day. Over time, he became exactly what he had visualized. Another key factor in manifesting prosperity is detachment. Esther and Jerry Hicks in Ask and It Is Given teach that many people block abundance because they are too obsessed with how and when money will arrive. The key is to ask with clarity, trust that the universe will respond, and then let go of anxiety. A farmer does not dig up the soil every day to check if his seed is growing. He simply trusts the process. Similarly, when we plant the seed of I am, affirming with certainty I am infinite wealth, we must trust that manifestation will happen at the perfect moment. Prosperity is not just about money, but about living in a state of fulfillment and harmony with the universe. When we understand that I am is the inexhaustible source of abundance, we stop depending on external factors and begin to live from a place of absolute trust. No matter how much money we have in the bank, a truly prosperous person is one who feels they always have enough and that life provides for them in every moment. Just as the great minds of history have manifested wealth through their conviction, each of us has the power to reprogram our minds and align with abundance. When we affirm with certainty, I am unlimited prosperity, we are declaring our sovereignty over our finances, opportunities, and ability to create the life we desire. The key is to live from that consciousness, with gratitude, detachment, and absolute certainty that abundance already belongs to us. Chapter 7. Health and Energy Through I Am. Life is the universe becoming aware of itself. Carl Sagan. Health and energy are not merely biological conditions, but manifestations of a deep balance between the mind, body, and universal consciousness. Since ancient times, humans have sought to understand the vital force that animates them, attributing it to mystical elements and philosophical principles. Connie Mendez, in Metaphysica 4-in-1, teaches that I am is the key to activating this energy in our bodies, affirming that our words and thoughts create our reality, including our health. This perspective aligns with recent discoveries in physics and astronomy, which show that everything in the universe is energy in constant transformation. The human body as an expression of the universe. From quantum physics to biology, each discovery brings us closer to the idea that the human body is not a separate entity, but an extension of the universe. Carl Sagan stated that we are stardust because the elements that make up our bodies, carbon, oxygen, and iron, were formed in the core of stars that exploded billions of years ago. In other words, everything we are comes from the cosmic processes that have shaped the universe. This idea implies that we are not disconnected from the whole. Rather, our existence is a continuation of a much vaster process. It suggests that health and energy are expressions of a universal order that we can consciously access. A fascinating example of this connection between the universe and life is the Earth's water cycle. The same water we drink today may have passed through the bodies of dinosaurs millions of years ago. This same principle can be applied to the energy that composes us. The vitality we feel has existed since the beginning of the cosmos. Neuroscientist Bruce Lipton, in The Biology of Belief, asserts that our cells are constantly listening to our environment and emotions, adapting to the information they receive. If a person lives in constant stress, their cells receive signals that activate defense responses, weakening the immune system. In contrast, if they live in a state of gratitude and trust, their cells respond by strengthening the body. This is exactly what Connie Mendez teaches when she explains that I am is a force that can regenerate and heal the body. This principle suggests that consciousness is not just a passive observer of reality, but has the power to modify the internal environment of the human body, influencing the health and vitality of every cell. Vital energy and modern science. Since ancient times, many cultures have spoken of a vital energy that animates all living beings. The Chinese called it qi, the Hindus prana, and in Western tradition it has been associated with terms such as ether or vital fluid. Today, modern physics has found parallels with these concepts through the study of electromagnetic fields and bioenergy. Stephen Hawking, in The Grand Design, explains that the universe is not something static, but is in constant motion and evolution, and that consciousness is part of this dynamic process. This means that reality is not fixed but responds to interactions between the mind, energy, and environment. What this idea implies is that our own health and energy are part of this flow of transformation, which means we can influence them by changing the way we think and perceive the world. The placebo effect, the power of the mind over health. A practical example of how energy influences our health is the study of the placebo effect. For decades, medicine has documented cases where patients improve simply because they believe they are receiving an effective treatment, even when they have only taken an inert substance. This demonstrates that the mind has immense power over the body. Connie Mendez explains that when we affirm "I am perfect health," we are activating the same principle behind the placebo effect, sending positive signals to our body so that it responds accordingly. In other words, by declaring a truth with full conviction, the body responds as if that truth were already manifested. The German physicist Fritz Albert Popp conducted studies on biophotonics, discovering that cells emit light in the form of biophotons, and that the coherence of this light is directly related to the health of the organism. This finding suggests that the human body is not just matter, but also emits and receives energy in the form of light, confirming the idea that health is a phenomenon that goes beyond the purely biological. In other words, if we learn to harmonize our vibration with the frequency of health and energy, we can influence our well-being in a profound and tangible way. The connection between the universe and the human body. The relationship between the cosmos and the human body is a recurring theme in natural history and astronomy. Since the beginning of time, humanity has observed the cycles of the universe to understand its own existence. Hippocrates, considered the father of medicine, stated that in order to be healthy, man must live in harmony with nature. This statement suggests that health is not merely a matter of diet or exercise, but of alignment with the rhythms of life and the universe. Today's studies on circadian rhythms have demonstrated that our body is synchronized with the cycles of the sun and the moon, confirming that our health depends on our connection with the environment. Connie Mendez emphasizes that "I am" is an inexhaustible source of energy that we can activate through intention and awareness. When we affirm "I am inexhaustible energy," we are reprogramming our cells to work in harmony with universal laws. Quantum physics tells us that reality is not static, but rather a field of probabilities, where consciousness plays a crucial role. This means that by changing our perception and vibration, we can influence our body's health and overall well-being. Conclusion. Health and energy are not merely physical matters, but manifestations of a deeper balance between our mind, body, universe, and cosmos. The key lies in aligning our mind and vibration with the laws of the universe, trusting that health and vitality are our natural state of being. Chapter 8. Harmony with the Law of Love. I have decided to stick with love. Hate is too great a burden to bear. Martin Luther King, Jr. Love is the most powerful energy in the universe. It is not just a romantic or emotional feeling, but a fundamental vibration that permeates all of existence. The law of love teaches us that when we live in harmony with this energy, our relationships become more harmonious, our lives fill with peace, and we attract meaningful experiences. Paramahansa Yogananda, in Autobiography of a Yogi, affirms that when love awakens in the heart, it becomes a force capable of transforming individuals and the entire world. In other words, love not only connects us with others but also aligns us with the very essence of the universe. Unconditional love is the purest state of this energy. Yogananda describes it as a divine manifestation present in every human being. In his teachings, true love does not seek to receive, but rather to give without expectations, because fulfillment resides in the act of giving. For him, love is the bridge between the individual and the absolute, and those who learn to love unconditionally find an inexhaustible source of peace and strength. This principle is reflected in the relationship between a master and their disciple in yogic tradition. The master does not impose, but rather guides with love, allowing the other to discover their true nature on their own. When we apply this philosophy to our relationships, we stop seeking external validation and begin to see others as companions on our journey of spiritual evolution. In daily life, this translates into cultivating patience with those around us, being understanding even when we disagree, and recognizing that every person in our life is a reflection of our own consciousness. Love as a path to unity. Rumi, the great Sufi poet, offers another perspective on love, describing it as the force that awakens us from the illusion of separation. In his verses, Rumi expresses that love is the fire that consumes all illusions and brings us back to essential truth. Your task is not to seek love, but merely to seek and find all the barriers within yourself that you have built against it. This idea suggests that love is not something to be acquired or found in another, but a reality that has always existed within us, one that can only be experienced when we let go of fear and resistance. In practice, this means that many of the difficulties we face in our relationships do not originate from others, but from our own emotional blockages. Someone who fears rejection may unconsciously sabotage their relationships, while someone who has been hurt in the past may build walls to avoid new disappointments. But if instead of focusing on pain, we focus on opening the heart, love becomes a healing force that transforms us from within. The science of love. Modern science has begun to prove what mystics have taught for centuries. Love is not just an abstract feeling, but a measurable energy with profound effects on our body and relationships. Greg Braden, in The Divine Matrix, explains that the heart generates an electromagnetic field that not only influences our health, but also impacts those around us. When we feel love, gratitude, or compassion, our energetic field expands, harmonizing not only our own body, but also the environment around us, Braden states. This has been confirmed by studies from the HeartMath Institute, where researchers have discovered that positive emotions such as love and gratitude create coherence in heart activity, which in turn strengthens the immune system and improves overall well-being. But the most fascinating aspect of these findings is that our emotional vibration not only affects us individually, but also influences the energy of those we interact with. This means that when we enter a room with an attitude of love and gratitude, we elevate the frequency of the environment, facilitating deeper connections with others. One of the most powerful examples of how love can transform not only individuals but entire societies is the legacy of Martin Luther King Jr. For him, love was not a passive emotion, but an active force capable of breaking down barriers of hate and injustice. In The Strength to Love, he wrote, "Love is the only force capable of transforming an enemy into a friend." This vision of love as a tool for social change was the foundation of his fight for civil rights, where peaceful resistance and compassion toward the adversary demonstrated that love is not weakness, but the greatest act of courage. What this teaches us is that in our own lives, love should not be limited to our personal relationships, but should extend to how we relate to the world. Forgiving someone who has hurt us, treating a stranger with kindness, or simply choosing understanding over judgment are ways in which we can apply the law of love in our daily lives. To live in harmony with the law of love, it is essential to cultivate practices that strengthen this energy in our lives. One of these is conscious affirmation, where we repeat phrases that align us with the vibration of love, such as "I am unconditional love," or "all my relationships are full of harmony and understanding." These affirmations work because language creates patterns in the mind and the energy we emit, transforming our internal and external reality. Another essential practice is gratitude, which allows us to focus on the positive and attract more love into our lives. A powerful exercise is to write down 3 things we are grateful for each day in our relationships, whether it's a gesture of kindness, a meaningful conversation, or simply the presence of someone who supports us. Love is also strengthened through forgiveness, which does not mean justifying the harm received, but freeing ourselves from the emotional burden that prevents us from living in peace. In Yogananda's teachings, forgiveness is an act of spiritual intelligence that allows us to let go of what binds us to suffering and open space for new experiences of love and growth. Similarly, meditation and visualization are tools that can help us tune into the vibration of love. A helpful exercise is to visualize the people with whom we want to improve our relationship, surrounded by love, mentally sending them wishes of well-being and harmony. Although simple, this practice has a profound impact on the energy of our relationships, reinforcing the loving connection from a more subtle level. The law of love reminds us that love is not a fleeting emotion or an unattainable ideal, but a force that is available to everyone at all times. When we understand that love is a vibration we can consciously activate, our relationships change, our lives fill with harmony, and we become agents of transformation. The true practice of love is not just receiving it, but generating and sharing it. By declaring, "I am unconditional love and harmony in my relationships," we become magnets for love and peace. The law of attraction gained popularity due to books and documentaries, presenting it as a method to obtain what we desire. However, the true understanding of this law goes far beyond the simple act of wishing for something and expecting it to happen. Using the law of attraction consciously involves understanding the principles that govern the universe, the role of the mind in creating reality, and the importance of coherence between thought, emotion, and action. Since ancient times, various spiritual traditions have stated that the external world is a reflection of the inner world. Hermeticism, for example, establishes in its first principle that everything is mind, meaning that the reality we experience is largely a projection of our consciousness. Connie Mendez, in Metaphysics 4-in-1, teaches that everything that comes into our life has been attracted by the vibration of our thoughts and feelings. What this statement suggests is that our experiences are not coincidences, but exact responses to the energetic teachings we constantly emit. To consciously manifest what we desire, it is crucial to understand how the relationship between thought and reality works. Gregg Braden, in The Divine Matrix, explains that the universe acts as a mirror reflecting our deepest beliefs. It is not enough to simply make wishes if, deep down, we harbor doubts or fears. What we will attract are situations that confirm those emotions. This happens because the universe does not only respond to our words but to the emotional vibration we transmit. If someone repeats, "I want abundance," but feels fear of scarcity, their vibration remains aligned with lack, and the result will be the confirmation of that reality. An example of this can be found in the story of Jim Carrey, who, before achieving fame, wrote a fictitious check for $10 million for acting services and kept it in his wallet for years. Every time he had doubts about his career, he would take out the check and remind himself that his success was already assured. Years later, he received exactly that amount for his role in the movie The Mask. His story demonstrates the importance of combining visualization with conviction and action. How to align your energy with your goals. Love and gratitude are two of the most powerful energies to raise vibration and tune into what we want to attract. Paramahansa Yogananda taught that gratitude is the key to opening the door to abundance, suggesting that by focusing on what we already have instead of what we lack, we generate a frequency of fullness that magnetizes more well-being into our lives. Practicing gratitude does not mean settling for what we have, but recognizing the abundance in every aspect of existence, and from that vibration, attracting more prosperity. A simple but powerful exercise is to write 3 things each day we are grateful for and feel with full intensity the emotion they generate. Another key element in consciously using the law of attraction is the clarity of intention. Often people say they want something, but their desire is vague and scattered. For an intention to have power, it must be specific and defined. Visualization is one of the most effective tools for reprogramming the mind and aligning the vibration with the desired reality. Neuroscience research has shown that the brain does not distinguish between a real and an intensely imagined experience. This means that when we visualize in detail what we want to attract, the brain registers it as something familiar and begins to act accordingly. For this reason, high-performance athletes use visualization to improve their performance. A runner who imagines every step of their race activates the same brain areas as if they were physically competing, which strengthens their mental and physical preparation. A striking example of alignment between energy and goal is Oprah Winfrey's story. Since her childhood, she dreamed of being an influential communicator and changed her mindset to see herself as someone deserving of success. Instead of focusing on her difficulties, she cultivated the certainty that her purpose was greater than her surroundings. Today, she is one of the most influential women in the world, demonstrating how mindset and action can transform reality. Common mistakes in applying the law of attraction. The power of words also plays a crucial role in conscious manifestation. Gregg Braden explains that language not only communicates, but also programs the mind and the energy we emit. If someone constantly repeats phrases like, "Everything goes wrong for me," or "I never have luck," their subconscious will accept these statements as true and act accordingly. On the other hand, By choosing positive and powerful affirmations like, "My life is full of opportunities," or "Every day I receive abundance," we are sending precise orders to our mind and the universe. Coherence between thought, emotion, and action is the factor that determines the effectiveness of the law of attraction. It is not enough to visualize and affirm if our actions contradict our desires. If someone wants to attract a loving partner but continues to hold on to past relationships or self-sabotaging patterns, their vibration will remain aligned with lack rather than love. Similarly, someone who desires prosperity but is afraid to invest in themselves or make decisions that take them out of their comfort zone is sending contradictory signals that block their manifestation. To consciously use the law of attraction, it is essential to adopt a creator mindset rather than a victim mindset. This involves taking responsibility for our reality and recognizing that everything we experience is the result of our internal vibration. Instead of blaming external factors for our circumstances, we can ask ourselves, what am I projecting into my life? How can I change my energy to attract what I truly desire? The key lies in developing an elevated awareness of our thoughts, emotions, and actions, and directing them intentionally toward the reality we want to manifest. The law of attraction is not a magical trick, but a universal law that works always, whether we use it consciously or not. When we learn to align ourselves with its principles and apply the right tools, we become co-creators of our existence. By declaring with conviction, "I am the creator of my reality," and manifest everything I desire with love and certainty, we are affirming our power and committing ourselves to personal transformation. Living this way not only allows us to attract experiences more aligned with our desires, but also opens us to a life of greater fulfillment, purpose, and harmony with the universe. Chapter 9. Spiritual Expansion and Connection with the Source, the Awakening of Higher Consciousness. The entire universe is contained within me. Ask your heart, and you will understand that you are much more than you think. The awakening of higher consciousness is an internal expansion process that allows us to perceive life from a higher perspective. It is not only about accumulating intellectual knowledge or developing spiritual skills, but about experiencing a profound transformation in how we relate to ourselves, to others, and to the universe. This awakening is a call to ascend beyond the limitations of the ego and align ourselves with the infinite wisdom of the Source. Since ancient times, various traditions have spoken of this awakening as a revelation of the true nature of being. Yogananda taught that when the soul awakens to its own greatness, it frees itself from fear and the state of separation. In other words, higher consciousness is not something that is acquired, but something that already resides within us and only needs to be remembered. By accessing this state of awareness, we stop identifying with external circumstances and begin to experience an unbreakable connection with the universe. The awakening of consciousness does not happen overnight, but is a journey of self-discovery that unfolds through introspection, observation, and constant practice. Greg Braden, in The Divine Matrix, explains that the universe responds to our internal vibration, and that the more aligned we are with the frequencies of love and gratitude, the more we can access a higher level of consciousness. This state manifests in our lives when we cultivate presence, acceptance, and trust in the natural flow of the universe. One of the most important aspects of this process is the recognition that reality is shaped by our perception. Martin Luther King Jr. spoke of the importance of seeing the world not just as it is, but as it can be, driven by the vision of a higher humanity. This same idea applies to the awakening of consciousness. It is not about passively accepting what exists, but about expanding our perception to see beyond the limitations imposed by conditioned mind. For many people, awakening begins with a significant event that shakes their beliefs and forces them to question reality as they know it. It could be a personal crisis, a transcendental experience, or simply a moment of deep reflection that awakens a new understanding of life. Rumi beautifully expresses this when he says, "When the soul awakens, its search for the infinite will be the only truth." This awakening leads us to let go of fear and resistance, to open ourselves to the possibility of a fuller and more conscious existence. The connection with higher consciousness is strengthened when we practice silence and meditation. Yogananda taught that silence is the language of God, and that only in stillness can we hear the true voice of our soul. In the modern world, where noise and distraction are constant, dedicating time to introspection is essential for accessing this higher level of perception. Meditation not only helps us calm the mind, but also allows us to expand our awareness beyond identification with the body and mind. The connection between quantum science and New Thought. Quantum science has revolutionized our understanding of reality by challenging conventional perceptions of time, space, and matter. Throughout the 20th century, scientists such as Max Planck, Albert Einstein, and Werner Heisenberg discovered that the universe is not a rigid and deterministic structure, but an interconnected energy field where consciousness plays a fundamental role. This view of reality aligns with the principles of New Thought, which postulates that the mind is the creative force behind our experience, and that everything we perceive is a manifestation of our consciousness. One of the fundamental principles of quantum physics is Heisenberg's uncertainty principle, which states that the mere act of observing a subatomic phenomenon alters its behavior. This suggests that consciousness directly influences matter, a concept that New Thought has upheld for centuries. Neville Goddard states that feeling is the secret, indicating that reality responds to our deepest emotions and beliefs. In quantum terms, this means that conscious observation shapes our reality, as demonstrated by experiments in which electrons change their behavior depending on whether they are being observed or not. Another discovery in quantum mechanics that aligns with New Thought is the phenomenon of quantum entanglement, in which two particles can be connected instantaneously, regardless of the distance between them. This suggests that everything in the universe is interconnected at a deep level, reinforcing the idea that our thoughts and emotions not only affect our personal lives, but also influence the collective reality. Greg Braden, in The Divine Matrix, explains that this principle demonstrates the existence of a universal energetic network in which we are all immersed. This means that every choice and thought we have resonates beyond ourselves. The idea that the mind can alter matter has also been explored in experiments on the influence of thought on the structure of water. Dr. Masaru Emoto demonstrated that water molecules react differently depending on the emotional energy they are exposed to. The principles of New Thought, popularized by authors such as Connie Mendez, Florence Scovel Shinn, and Joseph Murphy, hold that we can shape our reality by changing our mindset and emotions. These principles are supported by quantum theory, which suggests that the physical world is not something solid and immutable, but a projection of an energy field that responds to consciousness. In other words, what we deeply believe and feel tends to manifest in our reality, a key concept in the law of attraction. The intersection between quantum science and New Thought opens a fascinating path for the expansion of consciousness, as we realize that reality is more flexible than we thought, and that the mind plays a fundamental role in creating experience. We become more responsible for our choices and thoughts. Instead of seeing ourselves as passive observers of the universe, we understand that we are co-creators of our existence. By affirming with conviction, "I am the manifestation of universal consciousness," we align with the creative power of the universe and begin to experience a more conscious, full, and expansive life. Chapter 10. I am in meditation and scientific prayer. Meditation is the master key that opens the doors to higher consciousness. Paramahansa Yogananda. The practice of I am in meditation and scientific prayer is a powerful tool for transforming our life and connecting with the infinite source of energy and wisdom. Throughout history, great mystics, philosophers, and spiritual teachers have taught that the key to accessing divinity lies in the mind and the ability to focus our consciousness on the truth of being. Meditation and prayer not only strengthen our connection with our essence, but also have a tangible impact on our daily reality. Meditation is an ancient practice that allows us to quiet the mind and enter a state of receptivity and connection with divine energy. In Yogananda's teachings, it is explained that meditation is the way to experience the presence of God within us and realize our identity as spiritual beings. Meditation allows us to transcend the illusion of the material world and enter the consciousness of unity. He affirmed that when we meditate with the affirmation of I am, we are declaring our identity with divine consciousness. It is an alignment process in which we let go of the limitations imposed by the ego and allow ourselves to experience the infinity of being. An effective exercise is to repeat phrases such as, I am light, I am peace, or I am love, allowing each affirmation to resonate within us until it becomes a truth felt and lived. Science also supports the benefits of meditation in transforming the mind and body. Neuroscience research has shown that meditative practice modifies the brain's structure, strengthening areas related to concentration, empathy, and emotional regulation. This reinforces the idea that the mental state we cultivate directly influences our reality. Scientific prayer is a method based on the certainty that words have creative power and that our affirmations can shape reality. Florence Scovel Shinn, a pioneer of New Thought, stated that words are tools of power, and when spoken with faith, they become decrees that mobilize the energy of the universe in our favor. Unlike traditional prayer, which is often done from a place of supplication, scientific prayer is based on the recognition that everything we need is already given in the spiritual realm, and we only need to align ourselves with it. This type of prayer is based on affirmation and conviction, rather than asking. We declare, I am abundance, I am perfect health, I am love in action. These affirmations work because they activate the subconscious mind to reflect the reality we wish to experience, reconfiguring our beliefs and energetic vibrations. When we repeat these statements with faith, we generate an energy field that attracts the conditions and experiences that reflect what has been affirmed. Neville Goddard, another prominent figure of New Thought, taught that imagination is the channel through which we shape our reality. According to him, the key to scientific prayer is not in the words themselves, but in the feeling of certainty that accompanies them. If, when declaring I am success, we internally feel that truth and live it as if it were real, manifestation will be inevitable. How to program the subconscious with meditation and prayer. The subconscious is responsible for most of our beliefs, habits, and thought patterns. It acts as a storehouse of information that guides our decisions and emotions without us consciously noticing. Programming it positively through meditation and scientific prayer allows us to transform our reality and align our mind with the creative energy of the universe. One of the most effective ways to reprogram the subconscious is through the repetition of affirmations in a state of deep relaxation. The subconscious mind is more receptive when we are in an alpha or theta brainwave state, which is reached during meditation or just before sleeping. Repeating phrases such as, I am peace, I am perfect health, or I am prosperous and abundant in this state allows these ideas to be deeply etched into our subconscious and begin to manifest in our reality. Another powerful technique is guided visualization, where we use our imagination to experience the desired state as if it were already a reality. By vividly visualizing with emotion the life we want, the subconscious accepts it as a truth and begins to act accordingly to manifest it. Neville Goddard stated that imagination creates reality, meaning that everything we can visualize with conviction has the potential to become a tangible experience. Intentional meditation is another key tool for programming the subconscious. In this method, we begin meditation by focusing on a clear intention, such as healing, abundance, or inner peace. During the meditation, we concentrate on that intention and allow our mind to absorb the idea without resistance. The more we practice this kind of focus, the more effective the reprogramming of the subconscious becomes. Using mantras is also an effective way to work with the subconscious. Repeating sacred sounds such as Om or phrases like, I am the light of the world helps calm the mind and allows the subconscious to absorb new programming aligned with harmony. And well-being. Another fundamental strategy is positive self-talk, which involves consciously changing negative thoughts into constructive affirmations. For example, if the mind tends to say, I am not capable, we can respond with, I am powerful and capable of achieving my goals. Over time, this type of practice trains the subconscious to adopt a more positive and empowering perspective. Scientific prayer is also a powerful means of influencing the subconscious. When we repeat affirmations with certainty, such as, I am one with infinite abundance, we are giving an order to the subconscious to act in alignment with that truth. The key to scientific prayer is unshakable faith in the affirmation, without allowing doubts or fears to interfere. Additionally, using gratitude as a tool for subconscious reprogramming is highly effective. When we express gratitude for what we desire as if we already have it, the conscious mind registers it as a present reality, saying thank you because my life is full of opportunities, in a state of deep conviction, trains the mind to attract more experiences that reflect that affirmation. The power of affirmative prayer. Affirmative prayer is one of the most powerful transformation tools within metaphysics and New Thought. Unlike traditional prayer, which is based on the principle of supplication and pleading, affirmative prayer declares with conviction the desired reality, as if it is already manifested. This practice is based on the certainty that words have a direct impact on reality and our consciousness, reprogramming the subconscious and aligning it with our intentions. It knows no requests but only decrees. What this means is that when we address the universe with certainty and affirm with faith, we are activating the creative energy that already resides within us. We are not asking an external entity, but aligning with the I am within us. In her books, Connie Mendez emphasizes that these two words, I am, are key to transformation. By using them, we are calling forth the divine presence within us. For example, instead of saying, I wish I had abundance, an effective affirmative prayer would be, I am infinite abundance and all my needs are met. In this way, the subconscious mind receives a clear and powerful message, eliminating doubts and internal blocks. Neville Goddard also emphasized the power of affirmative language and the power of imagination in prayer. In his teachings, he affirmed that by declaring something as a present reality with firmness, the subconscious begins to shape the experience in accordance with that conviction. In other words, what we feel and affirm with certainty becomes our reality. There are various ways to practice affirmative prayer in daily life. One of the most effective is the constant repetition of decrees in moments of calm, such as upon waking up or before going to sleep. Another method recommended by Connie Mendez is combining affirmative prayer with creative visualization. By closing our eyes and visualizing ourselves in the desired situation while repeating the affirmation, we generate a deeper connection with the creative energy. This practice allows the subconscious mind to accept the new reality more quickly. It is also essential to feel the emotion behind the affirmation. Affirmative prayer is not just about words, it is about infusing them with genuine feeling. Louise Hay, who also based her teachings on positive affirmation, stated that words must be accompanied by emotion to have a real impact. Feeling peace, gratitude, and joy for what we affirm is what strengthens manifestation in our lives. Another important aspect of affirmative prayer is persistence. Often people affirm something for a few days and then abandon it when they don't see immediate results. However, as Connie Mendez points out, any change in consciousness requires repetition and consistency. Just as a habit is formed through constant repetition, subconscious reprogramming also requires discipline. The key is to continue affirming until the new consciousness awakens to a new truth. Affirmative prayer can be applied to any aspect of life, whether in health, prosperity, relationships, or emotional well-being. If someone is facing a financial issue, instead of lamenting the lack of money, they can affirm, I am prosperous and abundance flows into my life with ease. If someone is going through illness, they can declare, I am perfect health and my body is in harmony. This affirmation not only changes the energy vibration of the person repeating it, but it also sends a clear message to the subconscious to attract experiences aligned with this truth. Finally, it is essential to eliminate any contradictory thoughts after making an affirmation. One of the most common mistakes is to affirm something positive and then contradict it with thoughts of doubt or fear. If someone says, I am successful, but immediately thinks, I don't think this will work for me, they are cancelling out the power of the affirmation. It is essential to maintain faith and trust in the process without allowing fear to interfere. Affirmative prayer is one of the most powerful tools for personal and spiritual transformation. By understanding that the power of words creates our reality and aligning our consciousness with positive affirmations, we can generate profound changes in our lives. Integrating these practices into daily life is essential for lasting results. Daily repetition of affirmations, purposeful meditation, visualization, and scientific prayer allow the subconscious to reprogram effectively and transform our perception of reality. By affirming with certainty, I am the architect of my destiny and my mind is aligned with the universe, we seal our commitment to personal transformation and the awakening of our higher consciousness. Chapter 11. Creating Your New Reality with I Am. Change your thoughts and you will change your world. Norman Vincent Peale. How to Maintain a Success Mindset. Success is not a destination, but a mindset. Those who achieve their goals and transform their lives have developed a way of thinking that allows them to overcome obstacles, learn from failures, and stay focused on their purpose. Maintaining a success mindset requires a combination of positive beliefs, daily practices, and the certainty that we are the creators of our reality. Neville Goddard, in his teachings on creative imagination, said, "You do not attract what you want, you attract what you are." This means that to manifest success in any area of life, we must first become successful in our minds and emotions. It is not enough to wish for a better job, more money, or a harmonious relationship. It is necessary to feel, think, and act as if we already were the person living in that reality. An exemplary case is Oprah Winfrey, who faced a difficult childhood and adversities, but never allowed circumstances to define her destiny. Her ability to visualize success, maintain a resilient mindset, and work with discipline led her to become one of the most influential women in the world. Oprah practices gratitude and daily affirmation, recognizing the power of intention and manifestation in her life. To develop and maintain a success mindset, it is essential to train the mind with affirmations and decrees that reinforce the identity we want to manifest. In addition to affirmations, it is crucial to surround ourselves with positive influences. In Think and Grow Rich, Napoleon Hill emphasized the importance of the mastermind circle, surrounding ourselves with people who reinforce our aspirations and push us forward. Often, dreams are hindered by the environment, so it is crucial to identify whether we are in an environment that nurtures our success mindset or weakens it. Another key aspect of maintaining this mindset is gratitude. Practicing gratitude daily transforms our perception of life and allows us to focus on what we already have, rather than what we lack. Rhonda Byrne, author of The Secret, says, "Gratitude is the great multiplier in life." If every day we thank for what we have achieved and feel gratitude for what hasn't yet arrived, but we know is coming, we are sending a clear signal to the universe that we are ready to receive more blessings. Maintaining a success mindset also involves changing how we interpret failure. Thomas Edison, after failing thousands of times before inventing the light bulb, stated, "I have not failed. I've just found 10,000 ways that don't work." This way of seeing life teaches us that every obstacle is an opportunity for learning and that success is the result of perseverance. Instead of seeing setbacks as signs of defeat, we can interpret them as necessary adjustments on the way to our goal. A practical exercise to reinforce the success mindset is to keep a journal of achievements and lessons learned. Writing 3 things we did well and 3 lessons learned each day helps us strengthen our self-confidence and reconfigure our minds to focus on growth rather than difficulties. It is also essential to adopt a morning routine that sets the tone for the day. Great leaders and successful entrepreneurs practice rituals like meditation, reading inspiring content, and physical exercise to start the day with energy and focus. Starting the day with powerful affirmations such as, "I am a magnet for opportunities. Everything I need comes to me easily," or "Today is a day of success," programs the mind to attract positive experiences. Finally, the key to maintaining a success mindset is constant action. Faith without action is merely a desire. Wayne Dyer said, "You can't sit in a corner waiting for success. You have to go out and find it." When we combine inner certainty with concrete steps toward our goals, the universe responds by aligning circumstances in our favor. By affirming, "I am success in action," we declare our intention to live with purpose and determination. A success mindset is not just about thinking positively, but about becoming the person who embodies the reality we desire. Through the daily practice of affirmations, gratitude, learning from failure, and constant action, we become conscious creators of our new reality. Integrating these principles into daily life is essential for lasting change. Repetition of positive thoughts and action aligned with these principles is key to consolidating a lasting transformation in our reality. The key is to develop habits and strategies that allow us to apply these teachings to every aspect of our daily life. One of the most effective ways to integrate these principles is through the mind. The mind is like a muscle that requires constant training to stay strong and focused. A recommended practice is to start the day with powerful affirmations like, I am harmony, I am success, I am abundance. These affirmations should be repeated with conviction, feeling each word as an absolute truth. Another powerful technique is guided meditation with a focus on the I am. Spending at least 10 minutes a day in mental stillness and visualizing the desired reality strengthens the power of manifestation. During meditation, it is helpful to visualize oneself already living the life desired, feeling the emotions of success, fulfillment, and peace. Success stories and testimonials of application. Louise Hay and Healing Through the Mind. Louise Hay, author of You Can Heal Your Life, was diagnosed with cancer in the 1970s. Instead of surrendering to the disease, she applied the power of I am to heal her body using daily affirmations like, I am perfect health, and mental reprogramming techniques, along with lifestyle changes. She managed to overcome cancer without resorting to conventional treatments. Her story is a powerful testimony of how the mind and conscious affirmation can influence physical health. Arnold Schwarzenegger, imagining success before achieving it. Before becoming a Hollywood star and governor of California, Arnold Schwarzenegger was a young man with big dreams and a strong mindset. During his career in bodybuilding, he used visualization and the I am affirmation to project himself as a champion before he became one. In interviews, he has shared how he imagined winning trophies and acting in great films long before it happened. His story reinforces the idea that belief in oneself is the first step toward manifestation and success. Albert Einstein and creative intuition. Although he was not discussed in terms of metaphysics, Albert Einstein had a deep belief in the power of imagination and intuition. He said that imagination is more important than knowledge, and his approach to physics was based on visualizing his ideas before demonstrating his theories. His principles of creativity and expansive thinking align with the philosophy of I am, where what we imagine with certainty becomes our reality. These stories show that the power of I am is not just a theory, but a provable reality. When we adopt a success mindset, apply affirmations consistently, and act in alignment with what we desire, our lives begin to transform. The key is perseverance and faith in the process. By declaring, I am the creator of my reality, with conviction, we are taking on the power that has always been within us and allowing the universe to respond to our vibration. As metaphysical teachings say, change begins in the mind and manifests in the outer world. If these stories have demonstrated anything, it is that anyone can apply these principles and change their life. The question is, are you ready to become the next success story? Chapter 12. The I Am and the Reprogramming of Time, Creating Your Conscious Future. We cannot solve problems with the same level of thinking we used when we created them. Albert Einstein. Time is one of the most enigmatic and powerful concepts in human existence. We have become accustomed to perceiving it in a linear way, dividing it into past, present, and future, as if it were an unchanging succession of events. However, various philosophical, spiritual, and scientific currents have shown that time is more flexible than it seems, and above all, that it is a construct of our mind. In metaphysics and New Thought, time is understood not as something external that governs us, but as a manifestation of our consciousness. Greg Braden, in The Divine Matrix, explains that the way we perceive time directly influences our reality. What we believe about our past, present, and future determines what we experience in each moment. This means that we can reprogram our perception of time to transform our lives. From quantum physics to spiritual teachings, it has been proposed that the past and future are not fixed realities, but subjective interpretations created by the mind. Neville Goddard stated that there is no power outside of man, meaning that our perception shapes our experience of time. Imagine a 40-year-old man married with children, going through financial problems. During his childhood, he constantly heard his family say that money is hard to get and that debt is inevitable. Now, without realizing it, he continues to live according to that belief. Even though he works hard every time he receives money, he quickly loses it because his subconscious mind is programmed for scarcity. If this man changes his perception of the past and starts affirming, I am infinite abundance, his subconscious will begin to accept a new truth through repetition and emotion. His relationship with time will change. He will stop living in the narrative of the past and start manifesting a new reality. Science has proven that time is not absolute. Albert Einstein, with his theory of relativity, established that time is malleable and depends on the observer. This suggests that our perception of time is not fixed but moldable, according to our consciousness and emotions. In the spiritual field, Eckhart Tolle, in The Power of Now, emphasizes that the only real moment is the present. The past no longer exists, and the future has not yet happened. However, most people live trapped in thoughts about what could be, rather than focusing on the now. Imagine a woman who suffered a great heartbreak 10 years ago. Since then, she fears falling in love again because her mind remains trapped in the memory of the pain. Even though the event occurred in the past, her mind constantly relives it, projecting her into it. In this case, the woman is allowing a perception of time to define her present. To change her reality, she must affirm, "I am love and trust," allowing her mind to rewrite the story and open up to new experiences. If time is a construct of our mind, then we have the power to reprogram it. We can do this through the affirmation of "I am," which allows us to bring into the present any quality we wish to manifest. Some practices include present-time declarations. Instead of saying, "Someday I will be prosperous," affirm, "I am prosperous now." Quantum visualization is another effective technique, imagining ourselves in the future, feeling with certainty that we have already reached our goal. It is also crucial to release the past, reprogramming past memories with affirmations such as, "I am free from the past. I live in the now." Time is not our enemy, but a tool we can use to our advantage. By understanding that the past is only an interpretation and that we build the future in the present, we can begin to manifest a reality aligned with our desires. Affirming with certainty, "I am the creator of my destiny," is the key to transforming our relationship with time and living fully. Letting go of the past and focusing on the future is one of the greatest obstacles in many people's lives. Often we cling to painful experiences, failures, or wounds that condition our perception of what we can achieve in the future. However, the power of "I am" reminds us that we are not bound by our past story and that we can consciously choose a new reality for ourselves. The subconscious mind tends to recreate in the present what has been recorded in the past. If a person has suffered betrayals, shortages, or rejections, it is likely they will continue to bring similar situations simply because their mind continues to operate under the same programming. But by understanding that "I am" does not recognize temporal limitations, we can take control of our lives and decide who we are in the present moment. Imagine a 35-year-old man who has always felt he is not good enough to achieve his goals. Since childhood, he was told that he had to settle for what he had, and that success was only for a few. Now, as an adult, even though he has the talent and opportunities, every time he tries to move forward, a voice in his head tells him he won't succeed. If he decides to change his story, he can start affirming to himself, "I am successful, I am deserving, I am capable." Instead of living in the shadow of his past, he begins to visualize a future where he has achieved his goals, where he feels secure, and where his efforts are rewarded. Over time, his subconscious aligns with this new consciousness and begins to make decisions that bring him closer to that future. Connie Mendez taught that we should not speak of our past experiences with pain or resentment, because in doing so, we are reactivating that energy in the present. Instead, she recommended focusing on what we want to create. When someone finds themselves reliving painful memories, a powerful tool is to replace those thoughts with affirmations like, "I own my present and my future is bright." The key to concentrating on that future is visualizing it with clarity and emotion. The subconscious mind does not distinguish between the real and the imagined, so when we focus on a positive future and feel it as real, we begin to bring the circumstances that will make it possible. It is important to set clear intentions, practice gratitude for what has not yet arrived, and trust that the universe will respond to our internal vibration. The past only exists in our memory, and we can choose how to remember it. We can see it as a burden that holds us back, or as a source of wisdom that pushes us forward. If we understand that each experience has brought us to where we are now, and that we always have the power to redirect our path, then the past stops being an obstacle and becomes a springboard to success. What matters is not what happened before, but what we decide to do with it now. By declaring, I am free from the past, and I open myself to a future full of possibilities, we are establishing a new reality from the present. Learning to forgive and release emotional burden. Forgiveness is one of the most powerful tools to free ourselves from the past and open up to new opportunities. Many people believe that forgiveness is an act directed toward others, when in reality, it is a gift we give to ourselves. Holding on to resentments, grudges, and negative emotions ties us to experiences that no longer exist, making us relive over and over again what once hurt us. I Am reminds us that we have the power to decide which emotions we carry and which ones we let go. The lack of forgiveness acts as a weight in the subconscious mind, affecting the way we perceive reality. When a person clings to past wounds, their energy remains trapped in the frequency of pain, which makes it difficult to attract positive experiences. Connie Mendez taught us that energy flows according to our thoughts and emotions. So if we want to manifest a reality of peace, it is essential to release what keeps us anchored in suffering. Imagine a woman who, after years of marriage, divorces amidst conflicts and betrayals. For a long time, she repeats in her mind all the injustices she suffered, feeling that resentment protects her from being hurt again. However, over the years, she realizes that this pain does not affect her ex-partner, but herself. Every time she recalls what happened, her body reacts with tension, her energy depletes, and her present is affected. Only when she decides to affirm, I am free from the past, I am love and peace, does she begin to notice a change in her life. Slowly, her health improves, her mood is renewed, and new opportunities begin to appear. Forgiving does not mean justifying the harm received or allowing unjust situations to repeat themselves, but releasing the emotional burden associated with the event. Louise Hay, in his book You Can Heal Your Life, explains that forgiveness is one of the most effective ways to heal the body and mind. Many diseases originate from repressed emotions and unresolved grudges. By forgiving, not only is the mind liberated, but the body also experiences deep healing. Neville Goddard spoke of the power of imagination to transform reality. If someone feels trapped in a resentment, they can use visualization to change their relationship with the past, imagining a conversation where the other person apologizes, or feeling internally the release of that emotion. In this way, the perception of the event can be modified, and a new internal reality can be created. A powerful practice to release the emotional burden is writing a forgiveness letter, not with the intention of sending it, but to release everything that has been repressed. In this letter, one can express all the forgiveness, frustration, and anger they have kept. Then upon finishing, one can affirm, I am free, I am peace, I am unconditional love. Burning or tearing the letter symbolizes the act of letting go of that emotional weight. Another effective technique is to repeat affirmations daily. Some decrees that may help in this process are, I am love in action, I am free from resentments, and I am harmony and balance. By repeating these phrases with conviction, the subconscious mind begins to accept the idea that the past no longer has power over the present. Imagine a man who has had a difficult relationship with his father since childhood. Although years have passed, every time he thinks about his father, he feels anger and sadness. This emotion affects his relationship with other authority figures, making it difficult to advance in his career. One day, he decides he doesn't want to continue living with this weight and starts affirming, I am peace in my relationships. I am free from all resentment. By practicing this consistently, he begins to notice changes in his life. His relationship with his superiors improves, his communication with his family becomes more harmonious, and he feels his energy renewed. Forgiveness is a conscious decision that opens the way to a lighter and fuller life. It is not about forgetting what happened, but about choosing not to allow the past to continue defining the present. By integrating the power of I am into this process, we can affirm our emotional freedom and live from a state of inner peace. Letting go of resentment is an act of self-love, and the more space we make in our hearts for love and compassion, the more we align with the infinite energy of the universe. Connie Mendez's Numerology and its impact on life. Numerology is one of the most fascinating tools of metaphysical knowledge, as it allows us to understand the energetic vibration of numbers and how they influence our lives. Connie Mendez, in her legacy within New Thought and Metaphysics, dedicated a profound study to numerology, explaining that numbers not only represent quantities, but also contain vibrations that affect our reality. According to her teachings, by understanding the energy of numbers and their relationship to our lives, we can harmonize with the flow of the universe and manifest what we desire more easily. Since ancient times, civilizations such as the Egyptian, Greek, and Chinese have considered that numbers have meaning beyond mathematical calculation. Pythagoras, the great mathematician and philosopher, claimed that everything is number, pointing out that the entire universe is governed by numerical principles that determine patterns of balance and harmony. Connie Mendez took up this knowledge and applied it in the study of I Am, helping people understand that their birth date, name, and other numbers in their life contain key information about their purpose and destiny. Each number has a specific vibration that influences a person's characteristics and the experiences they attract. According to Connie Mendez's teachings, numbers can help us understand the patterns that govern our existence and how we can better align with our divine purpose. Below, we explore some of the most relevant numbers and their impact on a person's life. Number 1 represents leadership, independence, and the manifestation of new ideas. People whose life or destiny number is 1 have a strong pioneering energy, meaning they are destined to pave the way and lead in various aspects of their lives. Imagine a man who has struggled to move forward in his career, but feels he lacks direction. Upon discovering that his life number is 1, he understands that he is being called to take the initiative and trust in his leadership ability. He begins to affirm, "I am a natural leader. I am the creator of my destiny." And in no time, his life begins to shift. Number 3 is associated with creativity, expression, and communication. Those with this number in their numerology chart often stand out in the arts, writing, and any activity involving the transmission of ideas. Often, these people face challenges related to self-confidence or fear of expression, but by understanding the vibration of their number, they can focus on developing their innate talent. Connie Mendez taught that the affirmation, "I am creativity in action," is a powerful tool for those looking to unlock their expressive potential. Number 5 symbolizes change, freedom, and adventure. It is a number of transformation, meaning that those governed by this vibration tend to experience many changes in their lives. At times, they may feel insecure or resist uncertainty, but when they understand that their mission is to flow with life and embrace opportunities boldly, everything begins to align. A man who has always feared change discovers that his number is 5 and begins to see his experiences from a new perspective. Instead of resisting, he affirms, "I am adaptation, I am positive change," and begins to bring enriching experiences into his life. The number 7 is linked to spirituality, introspection, and wisdom. People who have this vibration are often attracted to meditation, metaphysics, and the pursuit of inner knowledge. However, they may frequently experience periods of isolation or questioning. Connie Mendez taught that people with a strong number 7 in their lives must learn to trust their intuition and see solitude as an opportunity for spiritual growth. Affirmations such as "I am divine wisdom in action" can be very helpful for those seeking to connect with their spiritual purpose. The number 8 represents abundance, power, and material manifestation. It is the number of prosperity and business success. Those with the 8 in their destiny are called to learn to manage power and responsibility with balance. Often, those who have this vibration face challenges related to money or the fear of not having enough. However, understanding the energy of the 8 and affirming "I am unlimited abundance" can begin to manifest prosperity in their lives. The number 9 is the number of compassion, service, and transformation. It represents the closing of cycles and the need to detach from the past in order to move forward to new paths. People with this vibration often feel a calling to help others and contribute to the well-being of the world. However, they may experience difficulties when clinging to relationships or situations that no longer serve them. In addition to the influence of numbers in personal life, Connie Mendez spoke about the importance of numerology in the cycles of life. According to her teachings, each personal year is governed by a specific number that influences the experiences presented. For example, a personal year 1 is ideal for starting new projects, while a personal year 9 is a period of closure and transformation. Understanding these cycles allows us to make decisions aligned with the energy of the moment, and make better use of the opportunities that present themselves. Imagine a woman who has felt stagnation in her life during the past year. Upon calculating her personal year, she discovers that she is in a year 9, which indicates that she is in a period of closure. Instead of resisting, she accepts the idea that she must let go of the old to open herself to the new. She begins affirming, "I am renewal. I am the beginning of a new stage." And over time, she notices that everything begins to flow more easily. Connie Mendez's Numerology is a powerful tool for those who wish to better understand their path in life and harmonize with the energy of the universe. By knowing the vibration of our numbers and using actions aligned with them, we can strengthen our connection with the I Am and manifest a fuller, more balanced reality. As Connie Mendez taught, the knowledge of numbers is the knowledge of oneself, and by applying this wisdom in our daily lives, we can transform our reality with greater ease and confidence. Attitude is something we can manage. Attitude is one of the few things in life over which we have complete control. We cannot control external circumstances or decide what others do or think, but we can choose how we respond to each situation, how we face challenges, how we react to problems, and what kind of energy we project to the world depend entirely on our attitude. Many people believe that their happiness or success depends on external factors such as money, relationships, or luck. However, the true key to personal transformation lies not in what happens outside, but in the way we interpret and respond to what occurs. Wayne Dyer said, "When you change the way you look at things, the things you look at change." This idea reminds us that reality is not fixed, but depends on our perception and the energy we decide to emit. Imagine a man who has lost his job after many years at the same company. He may adopt an attitude of hopelessness, focusing on the fear of the future and the sense of injustice. In this case, his negative thoughts may paralyze him, preventing him from seeing new opportunities. On the other hand, if he decides to face the situation with a growth attitude, asking himself what lessons he can learn and trusting that new doors will open, his energy will shift. He might even discover skills he didn't know he had, start a new business, or find a job more aligned with his purpose. Attitude not only affects our way of seeing life, but also directly impacts our physical and emotional well-being. Numerous studies have shown that people with a positive attitude have a lower risk of illness, greater resilience to stress, and a faster recovery from adverse situations. Louise Hyen explained that the mind and body are deeply connected, and that our thoughts can significantly influence our health. By affirming, "I am health, I am balance, I am peace," we send a clear message to our mind and cells, activating a response of well-being. Another fundamental aspect of attitude is the way we interact with others. When we adopt an attitude of gratitude and kindness, our relationships automatically improve. A simple change in our disposition can completely transform our daily interactions. Imagine a woman who constantly complains about the lack of support from her family. If, instead of focusing on what she doesn't receive, she begins to express gratitude for the small things others do for her, she will notice that her environment responds differently. The energy we emit always returns to us, and when we choose to project light, life returns that same light multiplied. Attitude also plays a key role in manifesting our desires. Neville Goddard taught that the key to transforming reality is to assume the feeling of the wish fulfilled. In other words, instead of focusing on what we lack, we should act as if we have already achieved our goal. If a person desires prosperity but constantly repeats phrases like, "I don't have money," or "It's hard to make good money," they are reinforcing a mindset of scarcity. On the contrary, if they change their discourse to "I am infinite abundance," their attitude will change, and they will begin to make decisions aligned with this affirmation. A powerful exercise to strengthen a positive attitude is to practice daily gratitude. Before going to bed, we should make a list of 3 things we are grateful for, no matter how small they may seem, such as enjoying a good meal or receiving a smile from a stranger. Gratitude helps us refocus our mind on the positive and trains us to see the good in every situation. Finally, attitude is a choice we must make every day. It's not about denying difficulties or living in an illusion of unrealistic optimism, but about consciously deciding how we want to face life. By affirming, "I am the master of my attitude, I am the creator of my destiny," we take power into our hands and become the architects of our reality. True personal transformation begins the moment we understand that, regardless of external circumstances, our attitude is always under our control. Chapter 14. The I Am and Collective Energy, Transforming Your Inner and Outer World. Like attracts like law of how our vibration influences the environment. Our personal vibration is the energy we constantly emit into the world. Everything in the universe is in motion, from the atoms that make up our body to expanding galaxies. This vibration is the result of our deepest thoughts, emotions, and beliefs, which act as signals that send information to the surrounding energy field. When we understand that the frequencies with which we vibrate directly influence our reality and that of others, we begin to take greater responsibility for what we think, feel, and do. Quantum physics has shown that everything in the universe is energy. Even what we consider solid matter is simply energy vibrating at different frequencies. Greg Braden, in The Divine Matrix, explains that our emotions affect the energy field around us, meaning we can modify our environment through our vibration. This is also reflected in Rupert Sheldrake's theory of the morphic field, where it is proposed that our actions, thoughts, and emotions generate energy patterns that affect not only our personal lives, but also the collective consciousness. When we maintain a high vibration characterized by emotions like gratitude, love, and peace, we attract experiences aligned with that frequency. Conversely, when we immerse ourselves in negativity, fear, or anger, our vibration lowers, and we begin to bring in situations that reflect that state. The energy we emit has a direct impact on our reality and the reality of those around us, as we function as magnets attracting people, experiences, and opportunities that resonate at the same frequency. Imagine a man who, due to a series of failures in his life, has developed a pessimistic mindset. Without realizing it, his low vibration influences his surroundings. His posture is hunched, his tone of voice is monotonous, and his energy does not inspire confidence in others. As a result, his personal and professional relationships reflect that same state. However, when he starts working on his vibration through affirmations like, "I am light, I am success, I am joy," his energy changes. Over time, his posture straightens, his tone of voice fills with enthusiasm, and his surroundings respond differently. His relationships improve, and new opportunities begin to arise. Vibration is not only perceived on an individual level, but also on a collective one. If we enter a room where people are full of energy and enthusiasm, we instantly feel that energy and become contagious with it. Conversely, if we are in an environment filled with tension or conflict, we can feel how our own energy is affected. This is because our energy field constantly interacts with that of others, creating a chain reaction. One of the most fascinating examples of how vibration influences the environment is the Schumann resonance experiment. It has been shown that the Earth's frequency varies in accordance with the collective energy of humanity during events of great emotional impact on a global scale. Changes in this frequency have been recorded, indicating that our emotions and thoughts not only affect our personal lives, but also the entire planet. Another interesting study was conducted by Dr. Masaru Emoto, who demonstrated how words and emotions can alter the structure of water. Imagine a woman who constantly complains about her life and the people around her. Her low vibration attracts conflicts, illnesses, and stressful situations. One day she decides to change her focus and starts practicing gratitude. Each morning, instead of complaining, she affirms, "I am blessed, I am peace, I am abundance." Slowly, she notices how her environment changes. Her health improves, people in her life respond more kindly, and new opportunities begin to arise. The vibration we maintain not only influences our life, but also impacts the energy of the planet. Martin Luther King Jr. spoke of the power of nonviolence as a vibrational force capable of transforming entire societies. Mahatma Gandhi achieved India's independence through the vibrational power of peaceful resistance. Nelson Mandela transformed South Africa with his energy of reconciliation and unity. On a daily level, we can apply this knowledge by becoming aware of our vibration at every moment. Practices to elevate our energy include meditation, conscious breathing, gratitude, harmonious music, and surrounding ourselves with people who have a high vibration. The power of I Am reminds us that we have the ability to choose the vibration we emit at any given moment. When we affirm, "I am love, I am light, I am harmony," we align our frequency with the highest level of consciousness. Not only do we transform our lives, but we also influence the vibration of those around us and that of the entire planet. Understanding how our vibration influences the environment gives us a powerful tool to create the reality we desire. When we consciously decide to elevate our energy, we become magnets for well-being, love, and prosperity. The key is remembering that everything starts within us. By working on our own vibration, we not only transform our lives but also contribute to the elevation of collective consciousness. Every positive thought, every word of love, and every act of kindness creates waves that travel beyond what we can see, impacting the world in ways we can't even imagine. How to attract harmonious relationships with the I Am. Human relationships are an extension of our inner vibration. Everything we experience in our interactions with others is a reflection of our consciousness and the energy we emit into the world. If we wish to attract harmonious relationships, whether they are romantic, friendly, familial, or professional, we must begin by working on ourselves. The I Am teaches us that everything we declare with conviction manifests in our lives. If someone has experienced conflicting or toxic relationships in the past, they may be holding on to limiting beliefs that continue to attract this type of experience. To transform this reality, it is essential to start affirming with certainty, I am love, I am harmony, I am healthy relationships. By repeating these affirmations with faith, the subconscious begins to accept a new truth and reflects it in the external reality. Imagine a woman who has had a series of difficult relationships where she felt undervalued and disrespected. Without realizing it, her internal vibration is marked by insecurity and fear of abandonment. Every time she starts a relationship, her subconscious leads her to repeat the same patterns from the past. However, upon becoming aware of this cycle, she decides to make a change. She begins to work with affirmations such as, I am worthy of love and respect, and I am deserving of a healthy relationship. Over time, her energy changes, and she begins to attract people who reflect her new vibration. The law of resonance indicates that we attract people and situations that vibrate at the same frequency as us. If someone is constantly surrounded by conflicts and tense relationships, they should review their internal vibration. The solution is not to try to change others, but to change one's own energy. When we elevate our vibrational frequency, we automatically begin to attract people who are in harmony with our new state of consciousness. Another important key to attracting harmonious relationships is forgiveness. Often, emotional wounds from the past continue to influence how we relate to others in the present. If someone has been betrayed or hurt in a previous relationship, it is likely that they carry that energy with them and project it into their new relationships. Forgiving does not mean justifying the harm received. By affirming, I am free from the past, I am unconditional love, we take a step toward healing and allow new experiences of love and harmony to enter our lives. Imagine a man who has had difficulty relating to his family due to old resentments. For years he has held grudges and distanced himself from his loved ones. One day he decides to change his focus and begins practicing gratitude and forgiveness every morning. He affirms, I am harmony in my family, I am understanding and peace. Over time, his energy changes and his relationships with his family improve without anyone apologizing or having big conversations. The love vibration he emits begins to transform the family dynamic. Another important aspect of attracting harmonious relationships is self-worth. Many people seek love and acceptance from others without realizing that they must first love themselves. If someone feels unworthy of love or undervalued, they will inevitably attract people who reflect that belief. The key to manifesting harmonious relationships lies in understanding that the external world is a mirror of our inner world. When we align our vibration with love, peace, and harmony, the universe responds by reflecting those qualities in our relationships. By working with the power of I Am, we must transform our emotional reality and create deeper, more meaningful connections with those around us. The impact of I Am on social transformation. The power of I Am not only influences our personal lives, but also has the potential to create an impact on a collective level. When a person becomes aware of their creative power and begins to manifest an elevated vibration, their influence extends to their immediate surroundings and eventually to society as a whole. Social transformation begins with individual transformation, as every positive shift in a person's consciousness contributes to global change. History has shown us numerous examples of individuals who used their elevated consciousness to bring about significant social changes. Martin Luther King Jr., through his vision of equality and nonviolence, was able to mobilize millions of people toward a change in the perception of civil rights. His affirmation of a more just and harmonious society resonated in the collective consciousness, generating a deep transformation in U.S. history. Similarly, Mahatma Gandhi applied the law of non-resistance and the vibration of peace to free India from British rule, demonstrating that the energy of a single person can alter the destiny of a nation. Today, more and more people are awakening to the understanding that their energy contributes to the collective reality. When a sufficient number of individuals maintain a vibration of love, peace, and abundance, a chain reaction is generated that impacts entire communities. Greg Braden has spoken about the effect of global coherence, suggesting that when a critical mass of people maintains a high state of consciousness, the planet's energy field is transformed. An example of this phenomenon is the study conducted by the HeartMath Institute, which showed that when a group of people meditates with a common intention, their heart rates and positive emotions generate a measurable impact on their surroundings. This means that the practice of I am, when done collectively, can have a multiplying effect on humanity's consciousness. Imagine a community that decides to implement affirmations and gratitude practices collectively. Instead of focusing on words and deficiencies, they begin to decree, I am prosperity, I am unity, I am an agent of change. Over time, relationships within the community improve, development opportunities grow, and the quality of life for its members increases. This type of transformation doesn't happen overnight, but it demonstrates the power of the vibration of a group of people committed to the common good. The key to social transformation through I am is consistency and collective intention. When many people hold a clear vision of a more harmonious world and align their thoughts, words, and actions with that vision, the structure of reality begins to change. Systems based on fear and scarcity lose strength, and new forms of organization based on cooperation and abundance emerge. Exercises to elevate collective energy. Collective energy is the sum of the individual vibrations of the people who make up a group, a community, or even humanity as a whole. When a group of individuals elevates their vibration through awareness, intention, and spiritual practice, a positive impact is generated in the environment, affecting the reality of everyone involved. There are various techniques and exercises that can help elevate collective energy and generate deep transformation in society. One of the most effective methods for increasing collective vibration is group meditation with a common intention. Studies conducted by the HeartMath Institute have shown that when a group of people meditates with the same purpose, measurable effects occur in the Earth's electromagnetic coherence. A simple exercise involves gathering a group of people, either physically or virtually, and focusing the mind on a state of gratitude and harmony, visualizing a world where peace and abundance reign. Another powerful exercise is the practice of collective affirmations. Repeating affirmations in a group, such as I am in action, I am peace for the world, or I am positive transformation, generates a vibrational resonance that strengthens the energy field of all participants. This technique has been used in spiritual ceremonies and social transformation movements to create large-scale impact. Music and sound also play a fundamental role in elevating collective energy. It has been proven that certain musical frequencies, such as solfeggio tones, have the ability to harmonize the body and mind. Singing mantras or listening to music with a high frequency, such as 432 Hz, help synchronize the body's energy and create an environment of healing and well-being. The act of serving and helping others is another way to elevate collective energy. When a community comes together to perform acts of kindness, such as offering help to those in need, sharing knowledge, or simply providing emotional support, the group's vibration rises. The law of giving and receiving states that the more we share positive energy, the more we receive in return, generating a virtuous circle of well-being and harmony. The practice of gratitude in a community is also a powerful tool. When a group of people gathers to vocalize what they are grateful for, a high-resonance vibrational frequency is generated. A gratitude circle can be formed where each person expresses something positive about their life or the group, thus reinforcing the energetic connection between all participants. Finally, collective visualization is a technique that has been used in various spiritual traditions. to create positive changes in society. When a group of people focuses on visualizing a world full of love, peace, and prosperity, they are sending a powerful signal to the quantum field, influencing reality in ways we do not yet fully understand. Each of these exercises has the potential to create a profound impact, not only in the lives of the participants, but in the entire world. When a sufficient number of people elevate their vibration and hold a common intention of love and transformation, change becomes inevitable. The key is to remember that the external world is a reflection of our internal consciousness, and by working on our collective vibration, we are actively contributing to the evolution of humanity. Conclusion summary of key principles. Throughout this text, we have explored the power of I Am and its impact on our individual and collective reality. The 14 chapters have served as a journey through the foundations of new metaphysical thinking and connection with the universal mind, providing tools to transform our lives and our environment through awareness and vibration. From the beginning, we established the importance of I Am as the most powerful affirmation of creation. In the first chapter, we discovered that I Am is not simply an expression, but a vibrational declaration that defines the reality of the one who speaks it. The way we use this phrase shapes our perception and creates the experience we live. We also understood that thought and word have a profound impact on the manifestation of our reality, and that our vision is the magnet that attracts the experiences we live. In the second chapter, we analyzed the relationship between the universal mind and the law of manifestation. We learned that the universe responds to our vibrational frequency and that the quantum field, where all possibilities exist simultaneously, is activated based on our beliefs and emotions. The law of attraction is only a part of this process, as true power lies in our ability to maintain a vibration aligned with what we desire to experience. The third chapter allowed us to delve into the power of thought and word. We understood that our thoughts are seeds that germinate into reality, and that affirmations and decrees allow us to reprogram the subconscious. By consciously choosing our words, we cultivate a mindset of success and transform external circumstances from our internal world. The fourth chapter led us to understand the role of the subconscious as an ally in our growth. We discovered that the subconscious is a constant receiver of information, and its programming shapes our life. Through techniques like affirmation repetition, visualization, and focusing on the present, we must reprogram our beliefs and eliminate blockages that prevent us from manifesting what we desire. In the fifth chapter, we explored the power of affirmations and decrees as tools to transform our reality. We saw that by stating affirmations in the present tense and with conviction, we create new patterns in the subconscious that reinforce our identity and align us with our intentions. We also learned practical exercises to strengthen the connection between our conscious and subconscious mind. The sixth chapter taught us that prosperity is a state of mind, and that abundance is not just about money, but about energy available in all areas of our lives. We addressed limiting beliefs about money and how we can break scarcity patterns through visualization, the use of I Am, and the practice of gratitude. In the seventh chapter, we focused on the relationship between health and the energy of I Am. We discovered that the body responds to our beliefs and emotions, and that healing is possible when we align our mind with the energy of vitality and well-being. We studied the influence of physics, natural history, and astronomy on the understanding of health as a balance between body, mind, and spirit. The eighth chapter led us to explore the law of love and its impact on our relationships. We learned that love is a vibration that we can consciously activate, and that harmonious relationships begin with the relationship we have with ourselves. We also analyzed how connection with the universal mind allows us to experience unconditional love and compassion toward others. In the ninth chapter, we addressed the law of attraction consciously, learning key strategies to manifest what we desire. We realized that it is not enough to just wish for something. We must align our energy with our goals and avoid common mistakes in applying this law. The 10th chapter helped us understand the awakening of higher consciousness. We learned about the importance of self-knowledge, raising our vibration, and the connection between quantum science and new thought. We discovered that access to higher consciousness allows us to expand our perception of reality and act from a deeper level of understanding. In the 11th chapter, we explored meditation and scientific prayer as tools to program the subconscious. We discovered techniques to connect with the universal mind and learned to use affirmative prayer as a way to reinforce our identity and manifest positive changes in our lives. The 12th chapter showed us how to integrate the principles of I am into daily life and maintain a success-oriented mindset through success stories and testimonials. We saw how these principles have transformed the lives of many people and how we can apply them in our own experiences to create meaningful change. The 13th chapter led us to a deeper understanding of time reprogramming and how we can modify our perception of the past and the future. We learned that time is a mental construct and that by working with our consciousness, we can reframe past experiences and project ourselves toward a future aligned with our best version. Finally, the 14th chapter taught us about collective energy and the influence of our vibration on the world. We discovered that each one of us is a point of connection in the universal consciousness network, and that by raising our personal vibration, we contribute to the transformation of humanity. Through practical exercises, we saw how we can generate a positive impact on our environment and use I am to collectively influence reality. Each of these principles has led us to the understanding that we are creators of our experience and that the power of I am is a fundamental tool for transforming our lives. The key lies in constant practice, faith in our creative power, and the conscious intention to align our vibration with the reality we wish to manifest. This text has been a map to understand the mechanisms of manifestation and consciousness, but the true power lies in the application of this knowledge in daily life. The invitation is to experiment with these principles, practice affirmations, transform the way we think and feel, and remember at every moment that I am is the key that opens the door to an unlimited reality.